How do I find places to metal detect? I'm going to show you one way using old aerial photos online. Easy. Let's go. Okay, so I navigate to historicaerials.com, okay, and in the center, you're going to see View Images, all right? We're going to click that. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how to put my phone here. All right. Now, what you're going to see is a map driven by Google Maps, okay? And what you want to do, if you're on your phone now, it's going to ask you if you want to use your location, which is a cool feature. It'll just bring the map right to you where you are. So I use this. I'm in a park. I'll use my phone to do what I'm about to show you, okay? Now, you want to put so I'm on a PC, so I'm going to have to put a location in here. I'm going to put Hanover, Pennsylvania, which is a town right up the street from me. Okay, so light green indicates public areas or parks, some of them. Some are cemeteries. I'm going to pick one here. Let's see. Which one do I want to pick? I'm going to pick this one. Oops. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. All right, so this is called Goodfield, okay? It's a park. I have metal detected here. And over on the left column here, you're going to see the menu here, aerials, topographic, atlases, which is what we're looking at, actually, the map, okay? So, and I'm going to go to aerial photos. And what I want to do here, this column is my choices of aerial photos by year that's available for this spot, okay? So I want to see the current aerial photo, so I'm going to click 2022, okay? And this gives me the current, 2022 aerial photo of this park. And you'll see they have 4 baseball fields here. And this is where you come in. This is a parking area. This is not part of the park over here. So this is an adjacent business. But, okay, this is a, great big field here, another field here. Now what I want to do in any of these is I want to look into the past and see, what did this used to look like? Because I can use it, not only find out if a park was there, but what part of the park and what's changed in the park, okay? So there may be, I'll show you here exactly an example. What we want to do here is we want to compare this aerial photo to the past, all right? I'll click the word aerials, gets rid of that menu, takes it out of your way. And down here in the bottom, we're going to hit compare, all right? And you got 3 choices of ways to compare. You can play with these if you want. I'm going to click this bottom one. Brings up a menu on the right side, okay? And I'm going to click aerials on the right side, upper right. Same years, okay? Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to pick an old one. So I want to pick 1957. I'd pick 1952, but the photo's terrible. Okay, so 1957. Let it think. It thinks and thinks and thinks a little bit. This website's kind of advertisey, and you'll see here you have what you call it, watermarks, all right? That's because they sell prints of the maps, and they don't want you to just be able to grab screenshots. This is all free. I'm not logged into it or anything. You can manipulate, but you have to deal with a little bit of watermarks and advertisements all over the place. And sometimes it just kicks you out and you gotta start over. You'll have this, okay? But it's a pretty cool site. So up at the top here, you see a little button, see the little blue slider? If I slide that to the left, it gives me purely the 2022, and if I slide it to the right, it's gonna transform into 1957, just like a time machine. All right, now this is perfectly transposed overlaid onto the 2022 aerial photo. So you'll see here, I can even fade in to see both at the same time. So if I fade like a little bit, I can see here where they have the 4. Today there's 4 baseball fields, but in 57 there was 1, and it's not where this one was. It's the diamond is down here in the corner. So where this was all farm field, at some point you can go through these years here to see what it looked like over the years. Like, you know, let's see what it looked like in 1999. Okay, they had 4. What did it look like in 1988? And it's thinking. And thinking. Okay, look. They had 2 of them done in 1988, and this was still farm field. And they didn't even make the edge of it square. They might have been working on it. Be interesting to see if in 93 they had all 4 done. No. So they kept it like this for a while. And I guess by 1999 there were 4. But anyway, so look at 1968. 1968, it was still the 1. But that was a terrible photo. So 57, okay? Now, what do I want to do here? I want to pick from the old, let me close this up, click aerials, get that out of the way. I want to look at this old aerial photo, and now where would I metal detect if I was just using this for a map? Okay, so the people, looks like this was probably a parking area. I think that's a business, and that's part of that business now. But here's where they would drive in, and here's, looks like this is where they would stand around and watch. So I can slide it over and see. Okay, now you see some of it's the parking lot now. And if I slide this in, where the old diamond was, this grass area is still grass. So this area is grass, and you know, all this is outfield now of this baseball field, right? The outfield. So the outfield ends right here, and watch the fence. Slide it across. So the fence of the new one just barely grazes the diamond. The whole diamond's on the outside of the new baseball field. So what if I didn't have perfect landmarks? What if I was dealing with a forested area? Okay, here's a cool feature, right? This is worth the watch of the video right here. Come over here to measure, all right? And we're going to create a new measurement. And we're not really measuring anything. I just want this green dot right here. You see this green dot? I place this, and I do this. Remember, I do this on my phone when I'm at the park, right? I'll be looking. I might be at a park I was never at before and look, see what it used to be. I'm going to place this dot right about here. Okay, this is where I want to find this spot. When I'm out there, physically find the spot. Click it, and look over here. GPS, perfect GPS coordinates that I can copy and paste. Use the north and the west, don't use the decimal one. Copy and paste that into my search on the Google Maps app on my phone, and it gives me walking directions to that spot. I can do that in the middle of the woods for an old home site. But anyway, the other thing you can do is I can kind of use that dot and move over there and say, okay, so this is where I'm at on a new map, okay? Let's just say I wanted to know, what if I wanted to know where the whole baseball diamond used to be, okay? Or where this whole field, let's say where this whole field used to be. I can click, 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 and that gives me the whole field, right? Now, you know, I can, the GPS coordinates are just going to be the last point I clicked, but I can move over here. And now I've got, look, when I'm looking at the new aerial photo, okay, this whole area here is where the old baseball field used to be. And this comes in, you can apply this to all kinds of different, you know, different things that you're looking at, okay? Different applications for this feature. Let's try something. Let's try another one. We'll go back to, let me fix my screen here. We're going to go back to maps, atlas, map, okay. I gotta get rid of my measurement here. Okay. I'm gonna zoom out. And I want to show you something here. There's a big state park right here, okay? In the 1950s, they built this dam and they flooded all this residential area, and they, I guess people had to give up their houses that were in anything green here. This whole green area is wooded, okay, forest, dense forest, unfinished. I mean, not, you know, some of it's parking lots and paths and stuff, but vast majority of this is just trees, okay? So what we can do here is let's look at 1957 over here. Sometimes you got to re-click them. Doesn't always sit. And look at this. There's no lake. 1957, no lake, all farmland. Okay, well, let's zoom in. Let me put this over a little bit so I can see where the lake is. All right. So now I'm looking at the 57 aerial with a shadow of where the lake is now. And let's just sort of play around here. See, you start to see houses, okay? See some trees, see some houses. Look at this. Look at this road. This road is in the lake, okay? Water. Underwater roads going here in this lake. This lake's 100+ feet deep in some spots, okay? We're not going to these houses. Now this one here, this one here that's right on the edge, I think this is one that some of these foundations become visible when the lake is really low. But look here. Not sure what that is. Yeah, there's... right here. Okay, right here. So you can look for these in any park that's a man-made, any similar situation. All right, if you look here, here's some houses, 1957 houses, okay? Here's a circle of houses. Here's some buildings over here, little road. And let's look at it today. Today it's woods, okay? There's no houses here anymore. One of these might be in this water. Yeah, some of this is water. All right, so now I would say here's a house. I bet you some of these are outbuildings maybe. One of these is a barn, I bet. So let's do our measure. Create a new measurement. I want to pick a spot to metal detect. Where should I take myself? I want my phone to walk me to a spot, and I'm going to put the spot, I'm just going to pick a spot right here as a starting point. And there's my GPS coordinates. I can plug into my phone. So I'll do this when I'm here. Let's go back to, let's put it over to 2022. All right, here's my dot. Okay, let's change it to map. All right, there's my dot. It's giving me another dot. Okay, so I need to move this map. Oh, okay, so what I can do is, this is woods, right? And this is the parking area. This is not woods, this is a finished area. So I would come over here and probably park here, and I'm gonna walk down to here, and this looks like it's a trail. Okay, so they have trails going right by this. And if we look where the trail goes, So there's actually a trail kind of going near to where we want to go, but I'll bet you can't see this from the trail. You may be able to see something here, but this would be interesting to walk to. So all I need to do is kind of print out this map. I can print out this section, or I can go, and use the GPS on my phone, but I might as well not walk through the woods here. I might as well come down this trail, walk up to here, and actually find this point. So I could, kind of go to here, You get the idea, guys. So give it a try. Play with it. The more you play with it, the more stuff you'll kind of think of to do with it. But I hope this was helpful. Hope you liked my video. Have a great day, everybody, and swing away.